I want to finish up this show with Bill Belichick, who I saw on the Saturday of Christmas weekend for a production meeting prior to the Patriots and the Broncos. And the guy that I saw is a guy who is not tapping out. He is not tapping out of coaching. I would be stunned if he winds up in a media gig. Not because he's not good at it.
Well, him and Al would be amazing next year.
This guy loves to coach. That was Kurt Warner's first question of him. It's like, why? He didn't say, why are you still doing it? But what do you love about coaching that you're still doing it? And he gave an answer of like everything. Game planning, calling a game. He also said, draft. He loves all of that stuff. And I know that's where you just rolled your eyes because that's where you'd like to take the car keys away from him.
I would. It's been frustrating the last few years.
So this guy loves to coach. And by the way, just the next half hour, we were talking about his entire career from the fact that he was on the 78 Broncos staff as an assistant and talking about how he learned watching, from Al Davis and watching John Madden being in the division. And that institutional knowledge is in every decision he makes. And that's why he is the type of coach that you'd want to have because he's got 49 years of being a head coach or an assistant in the NFL in a row, which is a record in the history of the NFL. 49 years in a row. He's been on a staff either of his own or someone else's. Wow. And it's unbelievable. And I also even asked him, hey, this one's for me. What was this Kurt Warner scouting report before the Super Bowl? And the stories he was telling about that Super Bowl, the two of them were going back and forth, play for play. Like, he remembered every moment and uses that as knowledge to get his team ready for this week. This is what he had to say on the Greg Hill Show locally in the Boston area today. They kept on pushing him for, why aren't you, what about his future? And then he asked him, like, why won't you address it? And this was his answer.
Whatever success I have had, I've tried to go about my job the same way every week. Win, lose, good years, bad years, whatever they are, just each week, get ready to go for that week, do the best you can to help your team win. And after that game, move on to the next one. And at the end of the season, that's the end of the season. But on a week-to-week basis, I don't want to spend time or get caught up in, what happened 5 years ago or what's going to happen 2 years from now or, a bunch of other random stuff. So just working on the Jets. Yeah, I'm committed to the team that I'm coaching right now. The players that are here, they deserve my best every day, and that's what I'm going to give them.
He's coaching just like he wants his team to play, down by down, snap by snap, quarter by quarter, game by game, week by week, year by year. I know it hasn't worked out this year, but that's how you're able to keep a team together to beat the Broncos and put a scare in the Bills. They're going to smoke the Jets. They're going to just break them off in 3 different pieces. Then you'll have the 3rd overall pick and a decision about what to do. And that's going to be fascinating because this guy is coaching his head off as well as ever. I know the results aren't there, and that might be the GM side of things. But I did not see a guy that didn't want to coach anymore, and certainly not there. I think he wants to stay, which will make it a fascinating conversation. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.